Alrighty. All right, we are live and ready.
What is up?
What's up? What's up? We are going live here, letting people funnel in. So, how's it going, Cody?
I'm good, man. How are you? I'm just waking up. It's my off day.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot. It's never an off day for me. It's always working, always business.
I'll get there eventually, man.
Yo, what's up? Thank you guys for joining. Yeah, congrats, day 3. Shout out to the support for user ending 0691. Yeah, we're going to have a great day. We got some great things to talk about. We're going to talk about Render and RENQ finance token and a bunch of other stuff going on in the marketplace. XRP. We got a lot of news with XRP, Bitcoin, the Bitcoin conference, all this fun stuff that we got to talk about today, as well as what's going on in the markets and with the debt ceiling and how that's going to affect your ability to invest and your money. We're going to talk all about this stuff. Thank you guys for support. Help share, like, and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. I also put the links finally in the description on YouTube if you want to follow my 2 other businesses on YouTube. Be my guest, like and support there. Could really use help there too. Definitely help our channel out. And if you have a if you have a question about finance, certainly ask it here. If you're on TikTok, you can comment or join live, or you can come on to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, or Twitter, join live as well, and watch us there. Help us get our support going on there. We really appreciate it. Love the support. We try to help as many guys can give you guys our feedback. But like we always say, we're not financial advisors. We're just 2 guys trading. But I was a licensed broker, so I do have that in my background to help me understand these markets and the crypto market. As you guys know, Cody here is the guy that got me into crypto about at the end of 2021. It's been a crazy ride since. A lot of fun things that we were learning, as well as I've also have 2 businesses I run. I have a couple other things I invest in, and I also own real estate, and I do invest in stocks, crypto, and also other companies and things like that. So with that said, I know Cody's got a lot to talk about the RENQ token, the RENQ token, which launched yesterday at 5 p.m.
A lot
Um,
of people are very wary on that one. I've seen a lot
yeah,
of comments. I've seen a lot of videos. I've seen a lot of people saying that it could be a rug pull.
absolutely. Let me try to find it here.
RENQ has had a lot of people talking about it, and maybe I haven't cared to do the research on it. But honestly, it's like I don't know how I got so hyped in the first place. I mean, maybe it's because I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah, it's somehow got the hype. I get the idea behind it, but um, I think Quant is going to do what it's trying to do better than that token. But that's just my opinion. There, that's just my opinion on there.
Well, that's what they say they're trying to do. If they're an actual rug pull, then it's just a made up use case, really.
Oh yeah, and unfortunately, these rug pulls are out there. A video is about to drop about what I did last year. Some research on it on Pyro token and the Parma token, and showing you one is clear case, it was completely shut down. The other one is like no active users. They're both in the crypto graveyard, and it's been a year later. I got a lot of hate for that video too. So the first one I did last year. So it's kind of funny now to see that it has gone absolutely nowhere with it. But you guys got to be careful and understand the weariness of it too, because it is your guys' hard earned money, and you don't want to lose it. You never want to lose that. So but let me try to pull up this RenQ token, RenQ Finance, and we'll get
I
started
say
here.
it like Rink.
Rank, okay, rank. There you go. There we go. That's a good way to say it. Now we got Rink. So what you got for us on Rink? Because I know you're doing a lot of research, Cody, on it yesterday.
I haven't done too much research. I've just noticed that a lot of people are calling it a rug pull. Um, it, I don't know why. I mean, we could do a research live on the stream, honestly.
Okay. Well, from what I understand of it, let me just pull it back up over here. Um, What I understand of it, they're just trying to tokenize real estate assets, make the transfers a little more seamless. Because if you guys haven't bought a house before, it takes freaking forever for the house to go through. Sometimes I think now it's like taking up to 60 days for a title office and everything to go through. And this is something that they're trying to do to change it up a little bit, or try and make it a little faster. But I do have some quite a bit of worries on there because I haven't really checked it out. So let me go ahead and just pull up the website here and take a look. And we have a white paper too. I'm gonna pull that up as well. Um, Share this one instead. So it looks like they have a CerTic audit here was done on them. Later, we're not going to subscribe. But let me take a look at the white paper. That's the most important part. We always want to take a look at the white paper to make sure that you take it, you can see all the information that you can. Because some of these white papers look like your paper that you did in sixth grade. Some of them look professional, look like okay, they got a lot of sound things behind it. So, and to be honest, guys, like from what I'm getting, my first impression, just kind of quickly scrolling through it.
A utilized platform to the centralized world. Yeah, I don't I don't like that website. Like that's just my opinion. I don't like the way it looks.
So yeah, it's looking like to me that it's man, it's definitely looking like this is just been hastily put together here.
You could easily, it goes to show that you can make up a freaking use case and make up a token and like it's just a made up use case.
Oh yeah.
Like Quant is actually has like people and liquidity backing it. Quant actually has like people, like legit people in the industry backing it. Like for
Hmm.
example, like Polkadot has Gavin Wood, like Ethereum, like this is totally different.
Yeah, it's like as I'm scrolling through this is you guys got to be careful because this type of stuff here. I'm gonna go through here. I'm gonna switch it over to here because as you can see, this isn't like a real hard thing to make. Like a lot of this is very easy to quickly make up in Canva.com or in Microsoft Office. Like this is something that's pretty straightforward to do there. And
This
yes,
looks like such a simple white paper to make. It's like
yeah, I was like, let's see, I pulled up Quant. Let me go over here because
now you could say the same, but here's the thing about Polkadot. The Polkadot's white paper, it may look simple, but it explains it thoroughly. Like it actually makes sense. The Rink Finance white paper, it sounds like it's just a bunch of sound good words put together.
yeah, it
This
certainly
is
does.
totally different. Like you can already tell this is the real deal when you go on something like this. Comparing like Quant to something like Rink Finance, you can tell the difference. Now, as time goes on, rug pulls will get advanced if the SEC doesn't crack hard. They'll get better on making their websites and stuff. But as of right now, it's pretty easy to tell.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to spot them. Um, I think we might hopefully be coming to the end of the rug pulls, but what I'm seeing on this is just it's a lot of buzzwords, a lot of things to get you hyped around it, a lot of things to showcase. Say, hey, you
Look
know,
at look at that
this,
image with the guy sitting on the coins with that. That
yeah,
looks like a clear Ponzi scheme. Like that
yeah,
if that screams scam right there to me. Something
yeah,
about it just doesn't sit well with me.
yeah. So if we go back to the polka dot white paper, you see here, there's really nothing about like how much money you're going to make. It's really more about what the project's going to do, how's it solving the problems that it's isolated, how it's going to benefit the market, how things are broken down for people. It's
Sometimes when Polkadot would do the development live streams, there would always be that one person like, "Why is the price going down?" or "Fix the price," and they'd always ignore those comments, and it's just
yep.
funny. Like they never talk about price.
But if we go back over to Quant, over here we'll go. You can see quant has a little bit more of a use case. So if you're looking, it's on about almost 270,000 watch lists. It's got 4.k followers. It's got pretty active, like you can go from the very beginning till now and you see it's pretty steady on the activity. And there's hundreds of articles. Uh there's hundreds of articles that are definitely about quant. So as I do apologize, I'm also looking at my phone watching text messages about my moving business. So I do apologize. Uh but there's tons of articles about quant. There's banks involved with quant, but quant is also working with other blockchains like Ripple, Ethereum to get what it's trying to solve done. But quant's also been around for what, 5 years? I think. Well, the ICO has been 5 years.
Since 2018, yeah.
Yeah, so okay, close to 5 years. Thoughts on asparagus? Well, if you talk about the vegetable, it's very good for you. And I suggest you eat it. Although I'm a 40-year-old adult that has no taste buds, so you tell me. Um, but I'm a little weary on RENQ. So basically, to me, it's like a lottery ticket. I might as well just go buy a Powerball ticket, and I probably have a better chance of making something off of that than going to.
And at least off a Powerball ticket, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Like it feels more right to buy a power ticket than like this shit coin to me. I don't know. It feels more right.
Mhm. Now, the render token is something I've been looking at all day yesterday. So I'm going to kind of pull that one up too. Because, like, if I look at it's been steadily rising. It's been there for 2 years. I think you might have a good thing going. Hey, buddy, Yizo123. Am I in the stock market? Yes, I am. I use my dividend portfolio, my dividend earnings to invest into crypto. That's all I really put in, other than some earned income. But it's up to you. It's up to you guys. You have to start in one spot first. If you're worried about the stock market, I would definitely go get into ETFs and go talk to a financial advisor so you can understand some of the trading tools, the terms, how things can affect you, the risk level, the risk of margin and calls and puts and things like that, so you can better assert yourself. But I always state you want to get as much diversification in your finances as freaking possible. So you want to do stocks, you want to do crypto, you want to do ETFs, you want to do passive investing, you want to do as much as you can, so that way you can build your income as much as possible. So you have your earned income, and then you have your kind of passively earned income from anything that you invested in or businesses that you've invested in. Because remember, you don't just have to start businesses yourself, but you can invest in other people's businesses. If it seems right to you, you understand it, you know how it's going to make money, you can definitely do that. But hey, shout out for your support, shout out for your comment. Help us get some more likes in here, share us, get more people out here joining in. It really helps. But thank you so much for your comment. Um, but render is something that I was really looking into yesterday. Little bit thing there. Hey, audiobook. Hey, nah, I've actually just been steadily losing about 2 to 3 pounds. I'm on a workout regimen. All I drink is coffee and water, and I eat once a day. Or if I feel like I had a bad day in business, I don't eat at all. Kind of punish myself to do better the next day. That's usually how I do things. I don't recommend that you do things the way I do, because I do things a little differently. But now I go to the gym 6 days a week, and owning a moving company, I get a lot of free gym equipment. So I actually got a lot that I have to give away too, because I got too many free weights that I don't need that much unless I'm going to have 8 people working out in the same space as me. But so what we're looking at here with render is that I haven't really gotten much of a use case, so I didn't really see what I wanted to put in for this. Other than that, they're all trying to do the same thing.
Yeah. I know I talked about a little bit how I would throw just like $1,000 in there because that's what I can afford to lose. But
Hmm.
now I'm just looking at RENQ finance or however the hell you say it. It's just like it's almost like could this be another RENQ finance? Like
Hmm. But the thing that got me was their white paper is this is like someone who is in IT and doesn't think presentation matters. So you could tell that someone really the people involved in this are really focused on doing this. They have certain things that they would like to get accomplished, and they're trying to do, and they're showing how this is going to work. So I haven't actually really read the white paper as much, but it is definitely something I'm going to keep on my watch list. Like Cody said, there's I'm probably only going to put maybe 1,000 up to 1,000, and I'm probably only going to dollar cost average across a couple weeks into it, and we'll see from there. Right now, neither token is supported on any of the hard wallets, so be careful with that. However, Render token is on Uphold, Coinbase, Binance. So
renders on Coinbase.
I think so. I think I saw it on there. Yeah, I mean, you might know a little bit better because I hardly use Coinbase, but I know it's on Binance and Uphold. But the thing about the Rink token, the Rink Finance, you can only get it on Uniswap, and that gives it another layer of like, oh, I don't know if I really, really, really want to get involved in that. Because if you can only keep it on a MetaMask wallet, I don't want to be bothered with it. I would
Yeah,
like,
you can trade render on Coinbase. I just checked.
okay. Yeah, it's just not supported by Arculus or Ledger hard wallets yet. But I think this has a good. I think Render Token has a good use case and a good thing to get your money into. I just would be a little leery of it at first, um, but it seems to be doing well because if a bull run happens, you might be able to double or get a good 5x in there, and we can you can use that to go put it into something else that you might see or might want to invest in. That's just my thoughts. Like get in, get your money, get out, and move on to something else for you. Um, Other than that, it's like these are just the two tokens that we've been kind of thinking of overnight. Nothing really spectacular, but I really want to talk about what's been going on with Ripple, and it seems like there's been some foul behavior by the SEC over there.
Really?
So we all know that the Hinman files have been released. So that's good because it makes a good case for Ripple and actually makes a good case for ETH. Trying to pull up some of the news articles. Yep, here it is. Everything XRP holders have been shouting has been confirmed. So now we're really just waiting on whether or not we're going to get some approval or we're going to get a decision, and most likely this decision is going to be very favorable. So we're just looking
This
here.
case is going on 3 years old. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's and keep in mind we probably got one more year left. It's going to take forever for everything because obviously the SEC is going to keep stalling to prevent this loss because this loss is big for crypto because it's going to change how the Congress and the SEC are going to go about regulation for the crypto industry.
Exactly. It's, it takes something like this for a change, and I think XRP is the change we need in the crypto
Mhm.
industry. I think this whole case is the change we needed, man.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. This is going to be the game changer, and this might ignite the bull run a little earlier. Like, so if this gets resolved, like say December of this year, we might see a good hard push on on crypto right after this. It's going to get first off, XRP is going to get relisted on every exchange. Coinbase, crypto.com, Binance, and all the other smaller ones. It's all going to get listed on there. And on top of that, volume is going to spike because more people are going to buy, more people are going to get in, more people are going to want to get in on this train before it explodes. Now, if you've been holding like Cody and I have for the last year and a half, Cody even longer than myself, this is going to be a significant windfall for you because we've been dollar cost averaging all the way across, all the way across.
2 years, man. To over
2
2 years.
years, 2 years dollar cost averaging it, and it's just been adding up. Every time we took a huge dip, we bought a huge bag of it. Every time we got more money in, we just kept putting more into
I
XRP.
can't believe how 2 years has already flown by, and I can't believe how it's almost been three since this case started.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the thing is that every Ripple investor and Ripple itself and anyone who hold an XRP, it's going to be a launch because I'm personally invested in Ripple too through Link to, and through there, yep. See documents. Another Coin Market Cap article. Him in documents released, fully released, and the team is going over it and I guess representing to the judge soon. It's just crazy because we've been waiting for this for so long. People have been shouting at it. The community's been holding strong for like 13 years on this token. Like it has definitely huge amount of use cases. You need to get into XRP, especially now while it's at 46 cents. It's such a bargain. Even if it gets to $10, you made money. But we have people talking about $589 per token. And with it working with CBDCs, Quant, Ethereum being really becoming the currency of the internet, you can't lose out on this. Like you just really can't because the value of the token is going to skyrocket just because of people wanting to buy it and hold it because it will become a currency that you need to hold to use for other things and make other purchases on there. And I wouldn't be surprised if XRP would be going to be used as like a base for like Overledger and things like that.
Could you imagine XRP and a Polkadot parachain together?
Oh yeah, I mean
You know how fast that
those
would
things are
be?
coming. Absolutely, absolutely, those things are coming, and it's no doubt in my mind that they're eventually gonna start coming to fruition. There, you're gonna see more partnerships, more growth with it, way more activity in the U.S. market than once this case is resolved.
Oh yeah, and have you noticed? I mean, this is a little off topic, but have you noticed that ETH has been kind of holding up a little
Exactly.
bit better than Bitcoin?
Yep. It's been kind of holding its resistance at the 1800 mark. Dips a little bit below, gets as low as like 1750, but then it goes right back up. So, it's like you're looking at some good use cases. You're looking at a lot of earning potential in pretty much everything right now. It's like if I ever saw if this is a powder keg just waiting to ignite, not just XRP, but once this case is resolved, the crypto bull run's really gonna happen and really gonna get involved and really gonna start making some money and really gonna keep pushing forward on it. I mean, I it could set off a nice early run. MF, thank you for joining in. Thank you for your comment. Hey, thank you for your support too. Follow, and subscribe to us. We do this every morning. But what are your thoughts on XRP, Cody? I know you got a lot to say about this.
XRP is the true internet currency in my eyes. Bitcoin is the true internet store of value. Um, XRP is just I feel like a broken clock, but I've been saying this for years, and everybody has that. It's just a foolish case. I mean, it's almost like it's just been like a reality TV show for an XRP.
Yeah, right.
That's It's almost just like a XRP promotion, like on this episode of XRP versus the FCC. Like, yeah, that's just what it's been like, and I think it's hilarious. It's gonna go well. There's gonna be a settlement. It's not gonna be a win for the SEC. Has got to make something out of this. So
Yes. There's probably going to be a settlement of some sort, but we will get the key thing, which is clarification on XRP. And
and
that
crypto as
alone
a
is going to
whole.
push it. Exactly. And right now the volume is up almost 3%. You're looking at just shy of $900 million in trading volume, market cap of 23 billion at the moment. Right now circulating 51 billion XRP, so about half the supply is circulating right now. But there are a lot of people buying because I on Uphold it showed that like 118% increase in buyers on XRP.
And not only that, knowing that the SEC will view Ripple as safe, you won't have to worry about people talking about XRP's escrow, because I know when I first got into XRP, I know a lot of people were worried about the escrow, like their escrow holdings. I'm like, well, once this SEC case is over and Ripple is like verified and everything, you don't have to worry about Ripple doing shady business with their escrow.
Oh, exactly, exactly. And I think I'm hoping because I heard a lot of talk about that they would burn the escrow or things like that, and that could very well be they could burn it, and that would be a significant windfall for anyone holding the token because you've instantly increased the value of everyone else's holdings. But and like as you see right now, it's on 1.8 million watch lists. It's got 21 almost 21,000 over 21,000 followers on Coinbase. It's I think it's like the sixth largest by market cap right now.
Yes, number 6.
Yep. So and you really only got an exchange token and two what you call it, two stable coins above it. Like none of the other projects are above XRP, and it's been on this list forever. It's been on the top 100 forever. So I can't see it falling off, even if it does get even if just hypothetically we get an favorable ruling, then we still get clarification on what it is, and if it becomes a security, then I could just switch it over to a brokerage account, and I'll hold it there, and it'll still be doing the same thing. Just that Ripple will exit the U.S., which I think would be a bad thing for the U.S. if Ripple leaves the U.S. But and that's all I really got to say. I'll just keep holding it. I'm about to probably this coming weekend, dollar cost average into it again, get some more money into it. Just increasing my bag a little bit more. But there's other things I want to focus on too, like
Oh,
Ethereum, Atom.
I don't know. Like for me, it's like I only want to buy two more coins, and I don't know if I want to buy Quant XRP or Quant Ethereum. Like I don't know which combo I should do. It's a little hard one, but I'm still debating myself on that one.
Yeah, and it's tough to have that type of diversification, guys. It's as I said, start with one, get that one up, then work on the next one, get that one up, and then work on the next one and get that one up. And then you'll eventually see as you dollar cost average in to at 5 coins, you'll see that you'll have nice growth going through.
That's
But
how I
the
did it.
exactly, and ETH ETH is just kind of crypto silver. It's going to be even better by once that 8% staking comes around, and you can get that off your Nano Ledger for 8%. I mean, I don't see how you cannot say ETH won't be a win, but you're not going to get like a 25x off of ETH. You're going to get
Like
probably
a
like
10 or an
10.
11.
Yeah, that's probably going to be your most. I would just hope on maybe getting a double or triple and just leave it at that. But definitely dollar cost average in consistently as you go through ETH. I don't have a translator, buddy, so I can't read Russian. So if you could translate that into English, that'd be great. I can definitely answer that question for you. Um, there's really not too much. I mean, you're going to need ETH to buy to make sure you have access, especially if you're holding Bitcoin. Make sure you get ETH to hold onto that network and everything because you're going to have to be spending it. So I'm trying to keep about 3 ETH in my Arculus wallet because I know I'm going to need to spend it to get money transferred around and collect all my bags.
Yeah, I gotta have some ETH to be able to move some quant. Like
Hmm.
that's the reason why I want to have a good amount of ETH. So next bull run, when I want to sell QNT, I can do that because it takes a certain
Hmm.
amount of ETH to be able to move it.
Oh, it definitely does. It definitely does. And I'm kind of interested to see about that $400 million wallet that's been dormant for years. What's going to happen? I'm telling you, if
That'll be worth 4 billion in a
yeah,
10x.
right. And if Ginzer runs off with that bag, ooh, it's time. It's time to get that guy. And it's like my gut instinct says that that's his.
You think that's Gensler's?
I think that's Ginzer's. I 100% think that was Ginzer's because he kind of shot up out of nowhere. He did a lot of kind of private meetings with quite a few people, and I just can't see.
So I guess during those private meetings, they pretty much just pitch Ethereum and they just show the future of it, and they show like what how people are gonna adapt to it and how people are gonna be attracted to it. I guess that's what those meetings are, right? It's just a big ETH pitch.
It could be that, but it also could be that Ginzler is like those during those private meetings. It could be that hey, this is what we need to do so we can further capitalize behind the scenes. It could be okay if that's what you're doing. This is what I need you to do, Ginzler, so that way we can have success in the future. Because remember, SBF was meeting with Ginzler to try to corner the crypto market and set regulation in his favor. And that's basically what was happening. And they all knew each other for decades before that. Like Sam Bankman's parents knew Ginzler. They all their parents knew each other. So I have a feeling there was some collusion and they were all cohorts in what happened with FTX and what happened with some of the
SBF's
craziness.
parents knew Gensler.
Yes, they knew Ginzler. I don't know if I wouldn't say they were like friends, but they knew of each other and were all linked and tied to each other in some way or fashion.
Okay.
So like that's what it looks like from doing like from being doing loss prevention and researching how people interact with each other. It comes across very easily that there is some collusion there, and I think when the FTX case finally goes to trial, we will fully understand that, which is why I think Ginzler's trying to rush to get things put forward. I think some people in Congress even knew that Ginzler was behind some crazy stuff, so they kind of brought him to a hearing in front of Congress, and he basically got his ass handed to him on that. I mean, there's no way around. He got his butt handed to him in Congress.
Gensler?
Yes, he couldn't answer any questions.
Oh yeah, yeah,
They kind
okay.
of pinned him in the corner. He was stuttering. He wasn't sure of his answers. It definitely had there was definitely some collusion there because he knows jack shit about the crypto market, absolute jack shit, and is somehow telling people to regulate. Like, did you see his video on staking?
Yeah, that was cringe.
Not only was it cringe, but you have no idea what the hell staking is. It's like the it's because he was going after like Polkadot and all this other stuff. It's like, look,
Did he go after Polkadot in that video?
yeah, every person staking. Now, here's the thing. He went he talked about it in the sense of Algorand, which which was a Ponzi scheme in itself. That's not staking. Staking on dot is you have to be a validator. You have to stake with a validator, and the validator actually has to do work. Like they are actually doing work, and the staking rewards are compensation for doing that work and securing the network. And there's a whole lot of stuff that each blockchain has its validators have to do and accomplish and even have to understand. And and his video, it didn't point out any of that, didn't do anything, it didn't showcase anything. It was just a terrible showcase of how badly he understands the crypto verse and everything going on in it. And
You said Algorand was a Ponzi scheme in itself.
not Algorand, I'm sorry. I might be missing. I think Algorand's a token. No, there was something. It was called. It began with an A. So I apologize. It wasn't Algorand, but it began with an A in beginning of 2022. It was tied to Voyager, and it was guaranteeing like 20% uh interest. I'll have to look it up.
Polkadot just went live. The Crust Network, where Polkadot just went on a live stream.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, they're live streaming just now on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's also a good thing. I might catch the replay of that if I have some time today. I got a crazy busy day going on today with doing two businesses and stuff like that. But I know we were talking about before. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna go talk about some personal stuff that I'm doing with my businesses. And like I got in a great deal with someone starting a construction company. Most people don't know I have kind of a group of I just kind of stumbled into a group of colleagues. I guess you could say just people that are in the business. I have there's a guy that owns a bunch of furniture stores, and there's a guy that owns international distribution company, a guy that owns um, like a electronic small electronics manufacturing company out in Arizona. A couple guys that own a bunch of other things, landscaping, architecture, businesses, and we also have a couple. One owns a huge marketing company, consultation company in there, and we all kind of just travel in this region from Dallas, and we kind of help each other grow and things like that. And they are very successful without me. I'm on one level, they're like 10 levels above me. So it's like the cars that I'm getting and working on getting, they already are getting. Like one guy already has his early allocation of one of my dream cars. So I'm trying to catch up to their level, so I don't get ousted out of the group. But forming those groups is really helpful, and that's like a shout out to Warren Buffett, because that's how he got to where he was. Like his original start in his 20s was he had an investment group. It was like 20 or 30 people. They all pulled their money and invested and made decisions accordingly. And that's something I recommend for everybody. Get involved in that. Get going in those type of things. And the thing about it though is that you can't discredit those type of groups, but you can only make those groups by being active in your community. Um,
Remember when we talked about combining our portfolios?
yeah, I remember that.
I actually am thinking about that now, and that would be an interesting thing to do. That would be very interesting.
Yeah, kind of making a pretty like a kind of like a hedge fund of
Doesn't that make the pot a lot bigger though?
it can make the pot bigger. It can make gains significantly larger. So if you got 10 of you constantly putting money into a fund that's investing in various cryptos, you'll be able to reap a bigger reward
So
towards it.
everybody gets a bigger reward.
Everybody gets a bigger reward as long as you can iron out all the details and everybody can come to an agreement. Then you'll probably have a good fund investment group and or a fund, because you don't have to be licensed to run a hedge fund. You just need licensed traders to be a part of your hedge fund. That's all you really need. But if you ever were to go public and go get more than, say, I think 75 clients, then you would have to register with the SEC as a financial firm owner, and you got to do a background check, credit check, and all that stuff. And you can't have any blemishes on your record. Like you have to have a squeaky clean criminal record to be able to own one of those companies or even start one. But but that was like one of the big things I really want to. I was like so excited yesterday because like I was just like, man, I would have never been able to grow as fast as I did without a group like that where all of us are of the similar mindset, and we're and if you feel like you're falling behind, you're working harder to catch up. And there's groups out there like that. Some people last long, some people don't. So, you got to understand, some people are in it for like 6 months, it didn't work out the way they thought, and then they leave. But everybody that's in my group is kind of there for like the real long haul of it. And I kind of want to bring Cody into that, but he's not quite there yet. But once he gets there, I'm going to bring him in.
Man, I'm I'm gonna get to your level one day because if you guys don't know, this man is getting a M4 competition pretty soon in that beautiful green color, and it's gonna be amazing to see you in that.
Oh yeah, and it's going to be here in I think around September. They said.
That's my birthday, September 26th.
Yep. So we're gonna have some. Be fun to get take dealership.
You know what?
Event.
On my 23rd birthday, we could go get a couple drinks and some probably get something a bite to eat and get some drinks. That'd be nice.
Yeah, it's crazy because we finally have some time to be able to to hang out because it feels like because when you start getting to the next level in your finances, you'll find you're going to get busier and
And
busier
busier and
and busier.
busier.
Like today, I woke up at 4 o'clock, did my normal workout routine, came back answering emails, talking to other people I've been networking with to build businesses. And then I come here, I do this podcast, and then I got to run my business up until 6 o'clock. And then when I get done, I got to go out to events, I got networking events, things like that. So it just keeps piling up. And before you know it,
I know you made an interesting point. You said you have no off days and you're constantly busy.
Mhm.
I'm only at that point in my life just because I work the job I work at, and right now I'm pretty much just on my off days I usually just work out. I'll do some push ups or like if I'm not working out, I'll just like keep my mind busy by constantly reading stuff, constantly researching stuff, and I even want to get into some books. Like I even want to start a book collection. To be honest, I want to start building up my readings because I really want to start reading. Like I really do. I want to build up like good books.
And if you guys are young out there and you you don't know what to do or the direction that you're going, you can definitely like look at look at Cody. He was undecided a couple of years ago, and he just made a decision saying, "Hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get knowledgeable about crypto." And through all his research, when you're researching something that you just decide to delve into, you might land a job in that field just because of all the research that you've been doing. And it doesn't have to be like a really like techie job or established job. It could be something like he could get into like project management, which is he just understands the concepts and the code of the blockchain, and he can manage other people creating it. There's things like that. Like there was a guy on YouTube that all he did was stock analysis, and recently he announced that he took a good job offer with um, a trading firm. So like you never know what could happen, where it's going to take you, who's watching you on these channels. And hey, someone could be watching us right now, and one of you guys can hop on live and give a good presentation, and those people are calling you up saying, "Hey, we want you to come join our company." You never know. You never know who's watching. That's why you always got to give 110% at everything you do because you never know who's watching you. You never know who's watching you at your job.
That's
You never know who's watching you in your private life, or just you never know who's watching you online. You could be talking a lot about physics and chemistry, and all of a sudden someone says, "Hey, I want you to come over here. We'll get you trained up on some things, and we need you to be a pharmaceutical rep." There you go. Well, if you've been interested in chemical engineering and biochemistry, then all of a sudden now you're selling. You're walked into mid-level six-figure job, and I'm talking like $300 to $400,000, all because of a personal interest that you just took and displayed online.
That's the beauty of the internet, man. Anybody could be watching this right now. You never know who is watching you. Like, I've been on random parts at TikTok I've never imagined I'd be on, and I ended up in some weird live streams before, and I'd watch it, like, and I'd watch through the whole thing, and I'd be like, I wouldn't have found this live stream if I wasn't scrolling. So there
Oh,
could definitely be a
absolutely.
lot of established people watching this too.
Yeah, absolutely. And you never know who might join and ask the right question, and you were thinking of it but never really thought about asking, and someone else asks the same question, and you find out that a lot of people think the same way that you do.
Yeah, and it could keep the stream going longer too.
So, but with that said, that was like my real final thoughts. Like, I mean, I know this market's going crazy, but I do got one more thing to talk about, which is the U.S. debt ceiling. And my God, that could be a doozy of a hit if they don't get it together. And
A doozy of all doozies.
yep. So here's that's a live stream. I've seen that.
Are you
Okay.
pulling up the national debt clock?
I don't have that. I could pull that up. The clock. Let's see if we can get it. I don't think I have a good thing of it. No, let's see here. That was January. Okay, here's a good one. But I wanted to talk about this article here because this one is showing how if the U.S. defaults, what it's going to impact. So all the welfare programs, veteran programs, all those social programs could be heavily affected by it. Definitely affects how you can pay your army and your military to do what it needs to do. Social security benefits are going to be affected. Retirees are going to be affected. Companies are going to be affected. Shoot, the stable coins, Tether and USDC are going to be affected because they hold a lot of bonds and US debt. And
No,
if they
depeg.
default, bam, they don't make anything.
Isn't Tether depegging? Let's say if it depegged in 90 cents. And this might be a stupid question, but technically, would it mean that it's going negative?
Yes.
Yep.
They're, if they can't if they lose if the US defaults on the bonds it's issued, Tether will be in some serious trouble because that basically means a huge sum of money
It's tied up in that.
is no longer liquid. No one's going to buy them, and they're worthless. And that could cause the Tether coin to crash, which could cause the whole crypto market to crash. But you wouldn't have to worry because the economy would crash. Everything the whole world would just come to a standstill.
It
Like if you
wouldn't
thought
just be, oh,
2000,
crypto people losing money. It would be everybody.
everybody losing money, and of course, on top of all of that, you like governments would lose money. Countries that use the U.S. currency as a stabilizer for their currency would crash. Our allies would be in a compromised position because we wouldn't be able to afford to pay our military. So our military would just disappear overnight, and these people would all of a sudden be defenseless against Russia and China just kind of bulldozing through. If that ever happened, China's going right. If that happens, I can guarantee you, China is entering into Taiwan. They're going to beat the crap out of Taiwan, and then they're going to go right to Japan. Then they're going to start taking over the Eastern Asia, and then of course Russia going to grab Ukraine and is going to really take back all the countries that were part of the former USSR. Like I'm telling you, like it's not like as much as people in right now hate the U.S. Army and all that stuff. It is really the biggest deterrent to any type of real conflict. I know we got like these skirmishes. Like much as people say the war in Ukraine, that's a skirmish. Though the Iraq war, that was a skirmish. Like those aren't wars. Those were just skirmishes. If the US defaults on its debt, we will see an actual war. And we will you that could be the powder keg for WW3. And that's going to be unfortunate. However, if we could survive it, you know, World War II was how Coca-Cola, Hershey, a lot of companies made it big through that. They became worldwide brands because of that. Now, you have to be on the winning side. So, but I do think because of the Second Amendment and because the US has like five firearms per every person in the US, and you got a lot of people that do know how to actually use them, it'd be very hard to come and get us. Now, the only thing really saving that scenario is that the US supplies 80% of the world's food. So if we stop, our shipments stop, everything stop, a lot of people will starve. And that includes China too. Because not a lot of people know they don't have enough energy to keep the lights on, barely keep the lights on, let alone run their military, as well as enough caloric energy to feed their populace. They're banking on a big war so they can eliminate a billion people out of their country so they can survive. That's basically their plan. Like if you were able to dig up the go into China and dig up records, you probably would find out that they're trying to get rid of their population so that they can survive. Because not many people know in China right now they got 75 men to one woman, and that's a very bad ratio to have for any country. And it's that's not going to end well. And if the U.S. can outlast China, China will implode, and then maybe we could stop overspending to maintain our superpower position, and then we can um we can start fixing the debt and some of our problems. But a lot of people I know a lot of people are probably against the military right now. But you got to understand, as a superpower, you got to have a bigger stick than everyone else to keep your spot on top of the hill. Otherwise, people are going to come get you, and that's kind of the trope about being a superpower. You just got to keep putting it out there. You just got to keep your position out there. You got to keep flexing. You got to be flexed all the time, 100% of the time. But what are your thoughts, Cody, on the debt ceiling and everything? I know that you're
Like
young.
you said, it's just the world we live in, man. It's capitalism. You gotta have the bigger stick, you gotta have the bigger guns, you gotta have the bigger
Mhm.
paper. It's pretty much it's pretty much like that one guy in your middle school who's just trying to flex, like, I got better shoes than you, I got better clothes than you, I got better girl. It's pretty much it's gotta be that way, you know.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
gotta have we you gotta be the superpower, you know. China, yeah, China's scary, whether you like to admit it or not. You know, China is scary. You know, I'm not saying that
Mhm.
they're better than us. I'm just saying like everything in general in the next 5 to 10 years. I mean, we're looking at a potential black swan event within the next 7 to 10 years. I'm not gonna say anytime soon. I'm gonna say in about 7 to 10 years, we're looking at a black swan event. You know, a lot of people are
Yep,
gonna be going towards precious metals if they are going towards assets or store value. Uh,
exactly. And
a
that's
lot
not.
of people a lot of people are going to be looking for shelter, you know, and if
Mhm.
we had like an almost an apocalypse type scenario, you know, at that point then nothing would matter, you know.
No,
People would be
exactly,
killing each other,
exactly.
you know, food, resources, you know, beer, you know, whatever.
Yep. Even just clean water is going to
Clean
be a
water,
scary
yeah.
thing. But like, we take a lot of things for granted. We take a lot of things in our society for granted. Our infrastructure, how things work, and we become so specialized that a lot of us don't know various things. And I'll be the first to admit, like, I really don't know how to create asphalt and to lay it down. Like I've done some asphalt work when I was a kid, but that was really just with the brush and just evening it out. But I don't know how to make it, and we take that stuff for granted. And that's a petroleum based product that's made with the remnants of crude oil after they refine it, and that's how we make our asphalt. And we mix it with stones and leftover bits of rubble, usually from collapsed buildings. Like that's usually how we make it. But the actual process, I couldn't tell you. Just like There's an example. I think it was on the Joe Rogan show. They were saying like how we all know what a toaster is. We all know how it works, but nobody knows how to make a $10 toaster, and that's really crazy because we know how it works, we know how it operates, but I couldn't manufacture and make all the materials myself and put it together. That's the crazy part.
A
But
$10 toaster? Damn.
yeah, like if the world were to collapse now, we couldn't even make. None of us could go out on our own and make a $10 toaster, and it just goes to show how luxurious our life actually is. And when you really start to think about it, if you go to third world countries, you see the difference between our poor and their poor, because their poor is like they don't get enough calories per day. Like some are like 500 calories per day and they're starving. Whereas here, you're poor and it's a struggle, but you have a roof. A lot of them do have a roof over their head, and you do have air conditioning, and you have access to food and things like that. Because even still, like I know a lot of restaurants in New York City, they have a policy. If you're homeless and you say, "Hey, I'm hungry," they'll cook you a meal and just give it to you. In a lot of restaurants in New York City, because they don't. Nobody wants someone else to go hungry. But when you go out of the country, there's places where they're forcibly making people hungry. I mean, you go to Africa, you got some warlords out there starving people, or like all of us, we are using low wage labor or practically really, no, I hate to say it, but slavery to make our iPhones or products and all that stuff because, you know, we're getting cobalt off of unethical processes and treatments through there. And we're not acknowledging that fact, and that's part of the problem with the huge push to EV vehicles is that that's where all our cobalt's coming. But this is where I personally think Elon Musk will be able to down the road change that because he's going to push us to where that type of mining is going to happen off planet. I guarantee you that's probably what he's trying to do. Set up mining colonies within the solar system is probably what he's seeing in like the next 50 years. And it's kind of crazy because
I'm
that is
listening, by
what
the
we.
way. I'm just buying some quant right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, there you go. Well, hey, Cody's adding to his quant bag over there. But it's kind of crazy where the world potentially can go. And right now, it's like there's a lot of crisis. There's a lot of things happening and going on right now. And the one thing that's going to really save the U.S. is that we produce a lot of food, and we don't. We're probably going to be okay if that scenario does happen, but the debt ceiling needs to be resolved and they really need to take care of that. Otherwise, we're going to have some big problems. I mean, that's my final thoughts. I hope, I want you guys to stay safe out there, do your research, and try to plan for everything that you can. You got anything to say, Cody, as your final thoughts before we
I,
end
I
that?
I just I just bought two quant right now, and I'm feeling overly optimistic in the next 2 years. Short term, I'm pretty bearish, but long term, I'm bullish as always. Like for the past 2 years, man. I have nothing really much to say, but other than I just bought two quant, and I'm feeling optimistic about everything long term. So yeah.
And there you go. And I'm feeling pretty optimistic. I know there's some scary things out there, that we can't prepare for yet or anything that we really can foresee. But, you know, all I can say is just got to pray for the best, hope for the
I
best.
will say the network fees just shot up though because the other day it was $2.80 to send quant. Now it's $7.86 to
Yeah.
send it from Coinbase.
Yeah. Oh man. It's mainly because of that damn Pepe coin. People still buying
It's
that.
going up and down. Like the popularity is just going up and down. It's like an ex girlfriend. Like one day she likes you, one day she don't.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh man. It's kind of crazy there, but we're all trying to make decisions based off of millions of people's other decisions and reactions to the same news, and that's a very hard thing to accomplish. But you can do it. We can make it. We can make it work. Hopefully, hopefully everything goes to the way I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're going to have a nice little dip, and then we're going to have a good increase, and we're going to kind of trade sideways from there. But with that said, I'm going to be buying a little bit more um, crypto. Other than that, I'm probably going to go back into stocks and start really pumping into the stocks and leveling out my stock percentage to my crypto percentage of what my net worth is. So, but with that said, guys, hey, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Follow us on TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Help support us. We have these conversations every Monday through Friday. Crypto Morning Chat. It's open for everybody. It's an open call for everybody. So you want to join in, you certainly can. And we look forward to seeing you next time on tomorrow. And don't forget about our Saturday channel. I'm sorry, not Saturday, Sunday. Sunday we do our what's in your portfolio, and we can definitely help ask any questions you have about your portfolio, how to balance it, if you have a question about getting involved in some investments or anything, or if you're trying to plan out your financial pathway and you had some questions about how we did things, you can certainly ask. We'll be more than happy to help, or even any business related questions. But with that said, guys, we'll see you later. Have a good day. Stay safe out there. Invest wisely. Don't invest in anything you don't understand, and always respect the process. Do your due diligence and do your research. That said, guys, thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow at 8:30.